time it is. Holy smokes, man. Welcome. This is the hype vid for your 2020 edition of the Musty Taint Fantasy Football League. Guys, I could not be more excited. We're going on our 15th year. That is crazy. And 15th year, what's better for your 15th year of having a group of guys together and playing fantasy football, than a pandemic? I feel like that's just the way you gotta go. So here we are. It's our 15th year. It's the year 2020. We're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's just been one of the craziest off seasons for us. Not necessarily with how we do things. We had a great rookie draft, but just we had some Madden FanDuels going on. That was pretty cool for a little while. All right, so just a normal off season as far as fantasy goes, but good Lord, man, this stuff is crazy. All right, but here we are. We're gonna power through as of now, anyway. The NFL is saying they're gonna play, so will we. As long as everybody's in, the draft's gonna look a little bit different. I may not be able to see your beautiful faces like I would normally in the past, but we will get it done. All right, we'll get it done because if they play football, I damn sure want to have fantasy football. So here we go. This video is just going to be a little bit informative. It's just going to tell you a little bit of a refresher, just to kind of get you guys back on, in that mode. That mentality of we're almost a month out, a little bit over a month out from draft day, so just start crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and getting ready for another grueling season of Musty Taint football. So we've talked about a little bit in the chat. I sent out a questionnaire, so to speak, of where we want to do the draft. I know we don't have the theater room anymore. I shout out to Ben and Smitty for stepping up. Ben, our golf commissioner, sent out the letters. Hopefully you've got them. But he's volunteered to have the draft at his house on Sunday, post golf on Saturday. Smitty he said he's got a smoker. He's ready to go, cooking all the wings. Zach, you can't have any. I'm sorry, man. No wings for you, but they'll be there for everybody else. If you voted wings. So post golf at Smitty's. Golf will be at Wendell Country Club just like last year. I've seen the teams. I'm excited. I can't wait. I've been playing pretty good lately. I've been trying to play a lot more than I normally would. So I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys are excited about that. Just going to touch on a couple things that are like I said, it's weird, man. It's weird. So there's going to be some changes that I'm going to talk about in the upcoming segments here. Just be ready and bear with me. All right, we got to be flexible, more flexible than we've ever been this year, and I need you guys to make sure that you're patient with me. There's going to be things that happen that I'm not ready for. I'm just going to be honest with you. All right, so the things that I'm going to talk about in the rest of the video are just going to be kind of where my head's at right now, things that I've thought about, possible solutions to problems. So bear with me. If you've got any suggestions after the video, please send me a shout, man. All right, a suggestion won't ever hurt. And I listen to you guys a lot more than maybe you think I do. So, but we're going to go over some stuff in the next couple minutes or next couple segments. But just like I said, bear with me. And again, refresher and just kind of getting excited, man. Get excited for the 2020 COVID-filled Musty Taint fantasy football season. First thing we're going to cover, just a little bit of a refresher on keepers and insurance, just in case you may have forgotten. I know there's been a lot on everybody's mind, so fantasy football might have been the last thing. So anyway, keepers and insurance, everybody gets 2 keepers. They're going to cost you their value that I sent out. All right, so hopefully you have those those pictures that I sent saved on your phone or wherever for your records. If you need that, please let me know. All right, I sent it out maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I think, into last week. I sent that stuff out to everyone. Again, I sent it back, like in March, right before draft time or right after draft, rookie draft. So you should have it somewhere in your phone. If you do not, if you lost it, let me know so I can send that to you as far as keeper values go. But all the other information you may need as far as how much money you have right now, it's on that Google Drive. You also have access to that. If you do not, if you lost the link, please let me know. I can send that stuff to you also. All right, but you're going to get 2 keepers. You're going to subtract their total, whatever they cost to keep, from your total money that you have going into the 2020 auction draft. All right, so with the keepers, you know what that brings, and that brings insurance. Okay, one more thing on keepers: July 31st, 9 p.m. Last warning. Make sure you get them in. All right. But with the keepers comes insurance, which is something we changed up last year. It was something that I really wanted to make sure that we ironed out, and we got something that was more consistent, and then also went along with what actual insurance is. Okay, so insurance, if you got a keeper that is between $5 and $24 to keep, it's going to cost you $5 of real money to insure them. All right. If you got a guy between $25 and $49 to keep, that's going to cost you $10 of actual money, and then 50 plus. Some of your more expensive guys, are going to be $15 to keep. All right. So 5, 10, 15. It's on a scale. All right. But with that, you get a lot out of it. All right. And that's one thing that I wanted to do, especially, starting last year, was make sure that if you're going to pay that much money to insure those guys, that you're going to get something out of it. So this year it changes a little bit just because of the situation, but you're always going to be covered for injuries, and you're always going to be covered for suspensions, like firm suspensions, and also holdouts. Okay, so you're going to get injuries, suspensions, and holdouts always covered. If you got a guy that's going into the season, hey, he's my keeper, he may or may not hold out. Lev Bell comes to mind a few years ago. But those 3 things every year are going to be covered. This year, you also get COVID-19 coverage as far as your keeper goes. So up until draft day, all right? I know they're not playing preseason games, guys. I know it, all right? They're not. But they will be practicing. They will have pads on. Injuries, all that stuff can happen. COVID, can pop up at any given moment, especially if they test every day like they say they are. So that you're covered all the way up until draft day, all right? I'll get into more of the post-draft stuff later. But insurance will cover you from July 31st at 9 p.m. will cover you all the way up until August 29th or August 30th, I guess, on that Sunday when we draft. Okay, so understand that you've got a whole month of coverage for anything that happens. Now, here's what you get. You can either get your 2020 ESPN value for that player back. All right, so if I was keeping Ertz this year, I think he would have cost me. I'm not keeping him, but if he think he was going to be $12. All right, so that would cost me $5 of insurance. I would pay the $5 to cover him. If he were to get hurt, COVID, suspended, holdout, whatever the case is, then I could choose to either get his 2020 auction value, which I would think, in my opinion, probably roughly around $20, or I can go back to my roster from the previous season and pick another one. Okay, so you get 2 different options there. All right, you know what? You can't beat it. For $5 for a guy from between $5 and $24, you can't beat that. All right, so you get to choose again, money back or choose another keeper. All right, but with that money back, it's the 2020 value. All right, not whatever you paid to keep him. Okay, it's whatever their 2020 value is, because that's the real reason you're keeping them. All right, so make sure you understand that. Insurance, injuries, suspensions, COVID, holdouts, all right, you're covered with all of it. All right, all you got to do is make the claim before draft day. Before draft day. All right, so just a little refresher on keepers and insurance.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Now for the fun part. All right. A couple COVID-related changes that I feel like are necessary for this year, especially. We're going to change up the rosters a little bit. Okay. I think that gives us a little bit of flexibility as far as things popping up that we're not ready for. So. First thing is going to be the IR spot. All right, right now everybody has one IR spot that they can use for injuries and things like that. But I'm going to add an extra one. I'm assuming ESPN, all right, it's July 22nd. I'm not 100% sure on this. But I'm assuming ESPN is going to allow the IR spot to be used for COVID positives. If you get a positive test, you can put a guy into your IR spot. With that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to add an IR spot just in case. I'm also going to add a bench spot. So along with that IR spot, you get an extra bench spot, which would also give you an extra draft pick. All right. So as the commissioner, and money is, we can print it all day, I'm going to add $1 to everybody's auction amount. Whatever you have right now, I will add $1 to it for your extra roster spot. So that last round, everybody getting their last player. Most of the time, it's $1 anyway. So I'm going to inflate the draft pool by $1. I think that's the fairest way to do it. I'm surprising you with this and adding a roster spot. So I'll at least add $1 to everybody's account before we get it to draft day. That will happen actually in the next couple days. So you'll see that change pretty soon. So that's going to give you 16 total players as compared to our 15 that we've had in the last probably 5-6 years or so since I wanted to make waivers more fun. We had 15 roster spots. So now you're going to have 16 total players, two IR spots. If you do those 2 IR spots, if you know how it works, you put your guy in IR, you can add somebody to your roster. So you can actually have a total of 18 players on your roster. But in order for those guys to come off of IR back onto your roster, you have to drop somebody from your actual roster. Okay, I know that's a lot to take in, but a lot of you guys know how the IR spot works. And that's one of the great things about this league. We're kind of, rolling. We're a well-oiled machine, so to speak. Okay. Along with that, just to give me some flexibility and be able to kind of help you guys and help myself as much as possible during these uncertain times, I'm going to give everybody 2 late swaps. I don't know as of right now what the media or news release is going to look like for a positive COVID case. Or COVID test. I don't know. It could drop at 11 a.m. It could drop at 7:30 p.m. I really don't know when that news is going to be available to the public. So I'm going to give everybody 2 late swaps. You're going to be able to, if you say you got a guy on Sunday Night Football that the news comes out at 6:30, they kick off at 8:20. News comes out at 6:30 that he's done. He can't play. I'm going to give you an opportunity to swap in somebody from your bench. And yes, that there's a possibility that they may have already played. So be aware of that. And also understand that there may be a possibility for that late swap, you being able to put in, especially if it's like a flex guy, you can put in somebody from your bench that hasn't played yet. So you get a late swap, whether they've played or not played. That's something that I'm going to have to, go over as far as, Do you get to pick your best player? If it's a flex guy, do you get to pick whoever scored the most? That's things that I'm going to have to iron out. I'll get back with you on those. But as of right now, everybody's going to get 2 late swaps. You're going to have 16 total players in those 2 IR spots. So that's going to be kind of up to you how you construct your roster. Handcuffs, backups at every position. Those are things that you're going to have to do as a manager. There could be some gamble there. You can just play it like a normal season and just hope for the best, or you can kind of plan it out and have a backup for every position just in case something like that pops up. Okay, that is subject to change, the late swap, but the roster spots are 100% happening. So you will have those 2 IR spots and those 7 bench spots now, so 16 total players, and you will have that dollar added on to your auction value or auction amount for this year. And guys, knock on wood, let's hope that everything goes smooth and they actually play a full season. But the possibilities of a shortened season or a canceled season, that's a possibility still. So I say as of right now, I think we got to at least play the regular season, 13 weeks. If they don't play 13 weeks, I say we just kill it where it stands, and we refund everybody's money and we move on to next year. I just don't see a fair way to crown a champion, to put a plate on the trophy, if we don't at least play a regular season. Okay, if it does get axed before the season ends and we play those 13 weeks, we will go off record first. So if you have the best record, obviously I think you should win, and 13 weeks means you've played everybody. So if you've got the best record, if it's a tie, and then we'll go to total points. Okay, so that's how we're going to decipher who wins if we were to play 13 weeks. I just think that's the fairest way to do it. I don't see us being able to play 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and legitimately being able to crown a champion. I just think the sample size is not big enough. I think we got to play 13 weeks. If not, we'll just bite the bullet and move on to next year. Okay, so those are my things right now. Where I'm at, things could pop up. I will pass that information along to you as things pop up to me, or if I think of other fire extinguisher plays to put out fires throughout the season. I will let you guys know. I'll keep you in the loop. All right, but that's what I've got for right now. So that was officially the most depressing segment I've ever done in a video. I apologize, but that's the reality, guys. It is, okay? I feel like I need to tell you guys where I'm at, what I'm thinking, in order for y'all to have an idea of what to expect this season, okay? There's a lot in the air, a lot up in the air, and you need to know. Okay, so I hated making that, and again, I may have to make another one that's even more depressing. But right now, we're going to be excited. All right, so we're going to talk about just kind of the payout situation. It's the same as last year, okay? But just a refresher in case you forgot, it's a $200 buy-in. All right, we're pretty firm on that as far as right now. In the future, we can talk about going up, but I think 200 is the perfect number for right now. It gives us some flexibility as far as payouts go, and I thought everybody enjoyed last year, so we're going to stick with what we had. All right. Again, with that $200, you're going to get your progressive payouts, which is, and I feel like that's one of the best things I've ever come up with. Paying out 25, 50, 75, and 100 based on what week it is. So weeks 1 through 4 will be 25. Weeks 5 through 8 will be 50. Weeks 9 through 12, 75. Week 13, all right, rivalry week, video to come, all right, stay alert, keep your notifications on. All right, week 13 is going to be 100 plus the insurance money. Everybody has an opportunity at that. And then the playoffs, obviously, if we make it that far, playoffs are going to be 100 per week. All right, that is going to be for the highest scoring team. We are going to keep the trend. Week 1, best ball. All right, your best team. Now, the team you start on paper, the team you start determines your win or loss. All right, but best ball is going to determine who wins that money week 1. Same thing for week 13. Your team that you set is going to determine whether you win or lose. But that $100, plus the insurance is going to be based on best ball. Okay, so whatever the best team you've got, based on what your roster is, that's going to determine who wins the money. Okay. Divisions, $300 a piece. All right. If you win your division, that is going to be $300 to you. Super Bowl, 500, 200, 700 total. You can split it up however you like. All right. Most total points for the year. All right. That is not best ball. No best ball goes into that. All right. So you're going to be whatever your rosters are. And I keep up with it all year long, so you'll have a running tally. I'll keep up with about the top 5, as long as you're in striking distance. In my opinion, I'll keep you on the standings. All right, so total points is going to be 150. All right, your best 1 week score for everybody. So whoever scores the most point, I think AJ had it last year with a massive number, like 213. I want to say a huge number. All right, so whoever scores the highest 1 week score is going to get $100. The Survivor Pool, fan favorite. Everybody I've talked to loves it. Survivor, which is basically, the lowest score each week gets dropped from the Survivor Pool. Your goal is to not be the lowest scoring team. All right, and then obviously we got the Musties, which I'm finally glad we got in. You got your MVP. All right, you got your GM of the year, GM of the year, Rookie of the year, side bet shot champion, and there was one more. Oh yeah, most outstanding performance. Okay, that could be a Thursday night football. Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, Sunday at 1:00, Sunday at 4:30. But the most outstanding performance of the year. We'll also get those. Will be $20 a piece for the Musties, Tainies, if you really want to do that. All right. But anyway, those are your payouts. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. It's 2020. Yes, it's weird. Yes, there's a pandemic going on in our world, and if you'd have told me 15 years ago that when we started this, we'd have to go through this in fantasy football, I would said you's crazy. I really would. All right, but this is where we're at. But I couldn't pick 13 better guys to have to go through it with. Couldn't do it. All right, I'm very excited about this year. I'm gonna remain positive. Okay, I will tell you that. There's a lot of negativity in this world right now. It really is. But one thing that I've tried to do is maintain some positive energy. That sounds cliche, positive vibes, blah blah blah. But it's true. It's true, and hopefully you go along with me with that. I'm gonna speak positively. I'm gonna, go forward like this is a normal season and draft and all that stuff. Yes, we're gonna have to make some changes too. There's going to have to be some social distancing going on. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm going to keep a positive attitude. I hope you will do the same. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm excited, like I said, and let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's keep powering through. Let's continue to stay positive and let's keep a good mentality about everything. All right? Everything's going to be all right, as the song says. All right, love you guys. Y'all be good. Kamishi out.